After the restoration of diplomatic relations between the U.S. and Cuba a little more than 2 years ago, this building was the site of celebration. Now, Cubans are packing up. Washington ordered 15 Cuban diplomats out of the country Tuesday morning in the latest sign of escalating tensions between these two former Cold War rivals. A State Department official says Washington gave Havana a list of people it wants to leave this embassy and just 7 days to get out.
That decision was made due to Cuba's inability to protect our diplomats in Havana, as well as ensure equity in the impact of our respective operations.
Since late last year, Americans in Cuba have complained of unexplained health effects, including hearing loss, dizziness, and cognitive impairment. The State Department says 22 people have required medical attention. The Associated Press is reporting that some of the victims were U.S. spies. Last week, non-essential American personnel were pulled from the U.S. mission in Cuba, and the mission stopped processing visas. Washington also warned American travelers to stay away. Cuba denies any role in the incidents, and Washington has stopped short of blaming Havana directly for the so-called sonic attacks.
The Cuban government has told us it will continue the investigation into the attacks, and we will continue to cooperate with them in this effort. We will also continue our own investigation into the attacks.
Havana called Washington's order a hasty and unwarranted act.
The Cuban Ministry of Foreign Relations strongly protests and denounces this unfounded and unacceptable decision, as well as the pretext being used to justify it.
The foreign minister went on to accuse the U.S. of politicizing the matter and warned that already shaky relations between Havana and Washington could be strained further. Evidence there's still a lot of trust to build between two countries that had no diplomatic relations for more than 50 years. Jessica Stone, CGTN, Washington.